tuned because this is about to get hot. What's going on, folks? So, of course, you guys see the title up here. And if you guys remember, I did a little, I don't know what y'all call it. People calling me these things new. Like when I do this right here on YouTube, I just call it a video that I uploaded. But people are using this word like, they're saying podcast or whatever like that. Anywho, so if you guys remember the last video I did, I think it was something on the notion of the mentality of entitlement, whatever like that. And within that segment, I mentioned something because I was going about white privilege. So, of course, with that being said, some people from work watched it. A lot of different folks in all different aspects, from janitors all the way up to nurses, doctors, etc. Anyway, it opened up another huge discussion. Some pulled me off to the side. Brother, you wrong for that, man. You know all the stuff that our such and such them had to go through. So anyway, I had stuff coming at me saying the stuff that our ancestors went through, the stuff that like my great grandma or whatever like that may have possibly went through. And of course my voice is like this. I'm doing so much talking to like a large audience. So don't be alarmed by that. I'm not sick or anything. It's just when you are really talking to a lot of people and they don't have like a good sound system set up, you got to really use your voice a lot. Plus I did a lot of yelling during Labor Day, so it's recovering. Anywho, so what came up is that it was like they didn't like what I said about white privilege, and so which is fine. You don't have to like what I say, but it's not going to change the fact. So man, I had so many of them coming at me all together. It was like some guys. Oh, come here, brother. We got to rap to you for a second. See, this is what you don't understand. I'm like, no, apparently you don't understand. See, I'm one of those type of people a lot of times whenever somebody tells me something, for one, I don't really just run with the masses anyway. I already mentioned that. And two, I always question it. You know what I mean? I'm always that. I'm always, my mom would tell you ever since I was a kid, it didn't even matter. I was a kid, that was why. Mom said, you can't go down the street. Why? Boy, because I told you. Okay, I know you said I can't go down the street, but can you actually tell me why I can't go down the street? Because once it gets dark and when you further down the street, that's where all this stuff happens at. Okay, I get it, but now I know why. So anyway, man, I'm telling you now, that term, I have not even heard that term or its usage, except for probably this year. Otherwise, 5 years ago, never heard of it, never saw it, never, nothing. And it seems like every time some new trend or some new things come abroad, everybody just jump on board and roll with it. You know what I mean? So anyway, they started telling me all kinds of stuff about how, let me get this out of the way because this is getting on my nerves, a little dog. Get out the way. Anyway, everybody, like about 10 guys, all was like, this kind of thing where they all was like surrounding, one thing about me, when people start saying things, I sit there and I patiently listen to them. But I don't know what y'all think the wrong thing, because people say they all ganged up on me. No. Those guys came together with the same type of mind frame on them about to show me some examples of white privilege. And they really couldn't give me one. They cannot give me one. I kid you not. It's like myth to me. Everybody says that it happens or it exists, but nobody can show me where. And I know it might be some people here listening on YouTube that's probably going to give me examples, whatever like that, but still, that's not going to, guys, I flat out told them when I was talking to them, it does not exist. How did I get where I am? How did I get where I am right now to this day, to where you have 2 degrees, and then also, orthopedic physician assistant, physical therapy, cytology, kinesiology, all those things that I've done and I've accomplished is because I wanted to do it and I did it. Nobody stopped me from doing it. So anyway, I'm trying to tell these guys this thought process that's pretty much been embedded, and people jump on board and they roll with it. And once they receive that and that becomes true to them, they'll start preaching that same thing to somebody else because they feel that that's truth without even actually going. Like I say, the same thing with Bible study and everything like that. Even the Bible. Some of y'all that's on the MRM ministry, it's some things I said in there, some of the videos where I say, like, don't just listen to what I'm telling you. Go and research the stuff yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Go and research the stuff yourself. Because what that does, it helps you become learned. You ever heard that terminology? Somebody say you're learned. I tell people all the time, I'm not smart or intelligent. I'm just well learned. And I just learn by experience or examples, but experience is one of the best teachers for me. So what I was trying to get at is this. I'm trying to figure out, where does this white privilege thing come from and where is it? Because I'm trying to go find it. I told them, can y'all point me in the right direction where white privilege is so I can go there to see what white privilege is? But nobody can tell me that. Now, if I say to y'all, gangs exist, and you guys say, well, no, I can sit here right now and take you where the gangs are and say, see right here? I can tell you, they go to GDs, they go to VLs, they go to Bloods, they go to Crips, they go to Four Corner Hustlers, they go to Latin Kings. I mean, I would tell you where these guys are. And I can go to them, hey, we don't want no trouble, nothing like that. But can you tell these people, right? Can you educate them on how you guys came to be, what y'all gang is all about, what's the, the rules and regulations to it? Boom. But I'm trying to figure out, I want to know, white people, that if there's a privilege among you, I would like to actually seriously call one of y'all and talk about this. And I want to know, how did y'all get it? Where can I get one? See what I'm saying? I'm laughing, but I was making these guys really, really mad because the minute I wanted to tell them, can you show me where it's at? It exists. You talk with such a surety. Yes, it is, man, because they, I'm like, well, who are they? You know what I'm talking. No, I do. I'm not trying to be mean or funny. I do not know who you're talking about. Because they always, because when they, who are they? Where are they at? So I can go and talk to them. So I can go say, hey, can you tell me why your white privilege? I don't even know what to ask because it don't exist. It's not there. So I know there are some people that look just like me, black, whatever like that. You've been told this, and I'm just telling you right now, don't fall for that. To me, it's just untrue. I've never seen it. Growing up the way that I did not see it. The only thing that can make you think that is some of these things has already been pretty much embedded in your head. If you come from a low income area like I did, it's predominantly nothing but a lot of blacks there. You might find a few Mexicans, Latinos, or whatever that nature. You might find a few in far in between white people. But most of the people I went to school with that were white, yeah, they stayed in the better neighborhoods because sometimes, if they had a birthday party and invited one of us over, we would come over there and they stayed in like these nice homes, whatever like that. So already in your mind, you get this idea that, for one, we thought they were rich. All my white friends that stayed in nice homes, guys, and when I say nice homes, I'm talking about you can be blue collar. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just homes. They got like a 1-car garage, possibly a 2-car garage, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 3-bedroom, 2 baths, whatever. But it's out in the neighborhood. It's away from the inner city is what I'm getting at. And to us, in our minds, the ones that were white, we were like, man, they got it, boy. They rich. Because we did that based off of the things that they had. So it's already in our subconscious or in our minds that these people were rich. Now, you take that and you have a false idea of that's what rich is. And then somebody come along and say white privilege. Well, no wonder they can jump on that. Yeah, it must be white privilege. Because while all of us stay down here in the slumps, in the ghetto, in the projects, in the hood, and then you go outside, then you got most of the white folks staying out there in the suburbs and the nice areas with the nice homes and green grass and all that. And, so that got to be a white privilege. Because while all the white people stay in there where it's nice and all the black people stay here where it's not. Well, that's my point. That's a really good question to ask, ain't it? And if anybody's coming telling y'all the reason why that exists, my young people, my mentorees, ones of church, I don't care. I can talk to your parents about this too if they want to come and talk about it. But if you listen to me, I don't care what your parents say. That is not true. That is not true because you guys have visited me at my house. Am I privileged? Did I somehow beat the norm by slipping through some hoops, whatever like that? Because you guys see how my house is. You see how, well, house is. And you see where I live. You see who I live around. Am I privileged? Do I have a white privilege? No. See, the whole deceitful part in this whole thing is that it's equal amongst all of us, period. Now, there might be some struggles in some areas, but as far as you trying to accomplish what you want to do, not what somebody is telling you what you should want to do, but what you want to do, It's not stopping you from doing that. If I decided right now with the career that I have and the things I got going on right now, I'm doing really good for myself. I'm not saying it to brag, but I'm just doing this based off the ones that I'm mentoring and ones that see me, seeing the growth, whatever like that. If I decide to want to go stay back in the hood, I could. Now, by me staying in the hood with the income that I have coming in, does that determine that I'm low income because I live in a low income area? No, it does not. Does that mean that if I do decide to go live in the hood, that all of a sudden my white privilege card got revoked? No. I don't know why this type of agenda or message is being pushed, but to me, it seems like it's just trying to give us black folks an excuse for not achieving something or not being able to get what we call ahead. And let me give y'all an example. This might sound crazy to some of y'all. In the Bible is written, the eyes are never satisfied, nor is the belly ever full, right? So with that being said, and people say, well, you do get full, but give it a couple of hours, you're going to be back hungry again. So the Bible was right about that. The eyes are never satisfied and the belly is never full. So you always move on to something different. You ever notice that, like, whenever you decorate your bedroom, I don't know how long it takes some of y'all, but like, with my wife, like 6 months or every 3 months, my wife is changing stuff around. She's changing the color of the room. She's changing the bed. She's moving it on this side of the wall. It's always some, or even in my man cave area that I'm in right now, I'm moving it around. Look how it started off when you guys first started watching me. You guys saw remember the brown picture behind me. I had my brown couch behind. Things change. So the eyes are never satisfied and the belly is never full. So it seems like that this whole message that's being pushed is to always get you to focus on something because you're never going to be satisfied, right? So another example I'm about to give you guys is this. If y'all ever seen this cartoon, Madagascar, it's really fascinating because if y'all know what I like about in there is the little mob, the little penguins, the little Italian penguins. They knew where they came from, right? So they worked so hard to get where they wanted to get. They dug tunnels, crafted out plans, robbed a ship, got the ship, took that ship all the way to Antarctica and all that to get to their goal, right? That was their goal, was to get to that, to get to Antarctica, whatever, North Pole, whatever it was. And next thing you know, they did everything they needed to do to get there. And once they were there, the snow was blowing everywhere. They were sitting there like this. They looked at each other while the snow was blowing. They looked around at all the other ones that was there, and they was like, okay, now what are we supposed to do? So that's my point. What I'm saying all that for is this. Whatever it is, whatever goal it is that you're trying to reach, I will tell you don't just have one. Because once you get there where you're trying to get, then what? Because trust me, the brain, the way it operates, the brain, whether you want it to or not, is always trying to figure out how to solve some problem, how to solve some issue. You ever notice that whenever things happen in your life, it's like in an instant, something is trying to draw up a plan to solve that issue. So to me, when you say things like white privilege, it gives you something else to focus on. It gives you an excuse to do something that you wouldn't have normally have done had it not been said. It gives you an excuse to keep yourself from achieving a goal or whatever it is that you're trying to do in life. It keeps you from that, because if you fail, then you try to use that as your reasoning for failing. The reason why I don't have this job is because of white privilege. The reason why I'm still in this low income area is because of white privilege. The reason why I can't move out of the hood or the ghetto is because of white privilege. The reason why I can't get a house is because of white privilege. No, you can't get a house because you got bad credit. And if you do got good, decent credit, they probably won't look at your credit history, see what type of job you have, your income. They're going to look at all those different things. Because guess what? In the markets, real estate stuff, they don't care what color you are because they're in it to make money. And if they see that you might not be a person that can handle this, they're just going to turn you down. Quit putting these things in our young people's head, in our young men's, young women's minds, that the reason why they're going to struggle and trying to get ahead is because of white privilege. And that's not it. That's me. That's my opinion. All I'm saying is this. It's my opinion, but yet I'm trying to find the facts of where it exists, because there is not one job that I have that I didn't want. All the jobs that I've ever had is because I wanted them. That's what it is. Young folks, y'all listen to me right now. Young folks in high school, whatever, in college, Y'all heard me speak on things before, especially my mentorees, youth group, whatever. Some of the ones that I'm a big brother to, or caring black men. You know, we got to quit just running with the masses because they put this stuff out there. Because like I said, man, I'm serious. 3 years ago, I didn't even hear this. And now it's here. It's almost like if somebody put this out on the mainstream, that this is the new thing to have a reason to say why blacks can't get ahead, then we're going to come up with a new thing. What's going to be next after when white privilege dies out? What's going to be the next thing they're going to bring up? So and then what makes it even worse is there were some there, same group, and I say guys, there was another about 5 white guys that were there that they had the same jobs as the black guys. Janitors, housekeepers. I'm just saying. And one particular facility that's being managed, most of the people in administration are all black. And there's one that's white. And let me see. A lot of the staff that works what you want to call like minimum wage type jobs, housekeeping, CNAs, whatever like that, it's a mixture of black and white. So I'm trying to figure out the ones that are in administration that is 90% black in a particular facility. Is it because of they got a white privilege card? And guess what I got called to? Somebody called me. I worked in the home of the plantation. That's what I am. So anyway, and when they say things like that, it's like, oh, you trying to fire darts at me. You trying to say because of what I'm talking about, because I don't want to roll what you're saying, I work in the home of the plantation owner. It's like, nice try, but that's not going to work. You're just trying to use that as an excuse to why you are not getting ahead. Try it on somebody that's ignorant to the fact of all that. Has nothing to do with it. Has everything to do with you are believing a lie. You are completely believing a lie. Folks, I hate to say this to you guys, but yes, black folks, I'm real. Yes, our ancestors, our great-grandmothers had to fight for civil rights, the whole nine. We know all about that. They had to fight. They were the ones that had to fight. They were the ones that were oppressed and all that. We're not there. We are not there. We don't have to sit there when we go to school. We don't have to sit there and worry about, oh my God, we're going to get lynched, do we? No. When we go to school, do we have to worry about, oh my God, teachers ain't going to want to teach me? When we go to school, I don't sit there and worry about what water. It's not even a thought. Am I going to drink out of a certain water fountain? Am I going to use a certain bathroom? So why is it that they trying to put that thing that happened to our ancestors or to our great grandmothers? Why are they trying to pin that and say that we should feel the way that they felt? Why would we feel the way that they felt if that stuff is not going on with us right now? You know what I mean? Those people, the white folks that did those things back in those times that it happened, some are still living. Some might still be racist. It doesn't matter to me. Some flat out told me, patients I've had told me that their grandfathers was like that. And they just told me the truth. Their grandfather was like that. They're not like that. And they're glad that things have changed. But why do somebody that's white have to feel bad about something that their great grandfather did? And I'm trying to pin it on you. You know what I mean? I don't get that. So I hate it because folks get mad at me because I don't think like everybody else. I don't roll with the masses. I see things for what they are and their truth. Flat out. I applied to college, did what I needed to do, got in college, I tutored, I did work study, I did everything I want to do. And then I got a ton of white friends and white folks that I know right now. When I tell them the things that I did, they're like, man, oh my God, you really just busted your butt, man. And then they feel bad because like, well, I had parents that paid for it. It's like, that's all cool. So were they privileged because they were white and their parents paid for everything? No. I'm pretty sure that if I had that lifestyle as well, because there are some blacks that I know got both parents in the home, both parents got good jobs, and they didn't have to go to work like I did, having to do work study, then go to, then had a real job too. So my thing is that I just try to figure out where can I go to find out where this is. And I'm serious. I would like somebody to reach out and take me. I will give you my email. You can email me. If you in the central Illinois area, let's just say from Kankakee, because I go between a lot of different places, from Kankakee all the way down to the St. Louis region, so all that area. So Kankakee, I think it's like Bloomington, Normal, Decatur, Illinois, Champaign, Springfield, St. Louis, any areas around St. Louis. I'm around those areas a lot. But if there's anywhere that I can go where somebody will flat out tell me this is the white privilege, I would like to go there just to talk. It ain't gonna be there to start nothing. It ain't gonna be there to try to blast nobody. It ain't gonna be there trying to get no movement going, because I'm not about that. I just want to see where this stuff exists, so I can come back and be like, oh guys, yeah, it does exist. So, and then some got mad at me because then they said, okay, we about to test your black folks. We about to test your black card. They said, I don't remember, what did Thelma? I think they said, what did Thelma say when somebody died? And I'm like, I don't know. Oh no, bro, no, get on out of here. You lost your black card. It's like, wow, there's a black card. So, and I guess what I asked my wife, and then my wife, she watched Good Times, so she knew. She's like, darn, darn, darn. That's what she said. Y'all all know the damn. That's what she said. So, I didn't know that. So it's crazy that these things even exist. Like there's one lady on here, I told her she knew a lot about Christy Sapp-Bilk, a lot of R&B stuff that I don't even know. So does that mean she has a more higher black folks government access card than I do, because she know a lot more R&B stuff than I do? So I'm saying all this stuff come into play, and folks bring this stuff in as truth as if it has to be a part of who I am. And now just because I don't roll with what you think or what you've been told your life and it's false, doesn't mean that something's wrong with me and that I'm seeing things wrong and that I'm blinded, because I'm totally not. Because like I said before, I'm trying to figure out if these things do exist that they telling us that do exist, like white privilege, then how I am where I am. I like to figure out, I want somebody to tell me how I am where I am, because where I am right now, there's white neighbors that I have. A lot of people have the same exact stories. I'm not talking about like my upbringing, but I'm talking about college-wise, how they have to go to college, studied all night, We start talking about different grades, and we start talking about different things. Some of these people have higher, they have what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having a brain cramp. They have a higher job title than what I do, right? But yet, if we talked about things we did in college, I'm like, oh man, I excelled in the sciences. And there's like, oh dude, I struggled in sciences. So bring up the transcript, and most of the biology classes or chemistry classes, I'm flourishing through them, getting A's. They were like, dude, I got a C. And then even like once I graduated from when I graduated from PTA school, I passed my exam. There were some that scored a lot lower. Now, the people that grade the exam, did they say, well, because she's white, I'm not gonna let this black guy outscore her, so I'm gonna make her score low. Come on now, y'all. All I'm saying is this: y'all probably gonna talk about this tomorrow, and y'all can come with it. And I told you guys there, so hopefully y'all gonna do it. I want you to take me to where I can go see where the white privilege is, because I just like to talk to the white privileged. And if you are white and you are privileged, I would love to have a conversation with you, because I want you to break it down to me how you are privileged. Because the way I look at it, in this EOE world that I live in, all of us are privileged. Period. You're privileged. Because some of the countries, oh, you talk about privilege. Try going over to one of them third world countries, you want to talk about some privilege. Oh, you're privileged here. You wake up, go in any store you want to. You go to school, get to learn, get an education, opportunity to go to college, but nobody's telling you that. They're just telling you struggle. You need to get that stuff out of your mind. There ain't no struggle. There ain't no struggle. What it is that putting your dang on 2 feet on the ground and walking for yourself. What it is that going and figure out whatever it is that you want to do. The minute you start thinking about what you want to do and you pursue that, watch how the right people come along and you to push you along the way. I can tell you guys, from the minute that certain male role models showed up in my life, I can tell you all these role models that stepped in my life and how they were there along the way for certain things that I needed. From when I had, you come from an underprivileged home, I got to take Taekwondo with Master Earl Taylor. I got to go to an after-school program y'all hear me talk about all the time with Keith Anderson. He had male role models come up there, and females too, from different perspectives. And then also Zach Soa, who's also a PA as well, inspired me to go and do it myself. Okay, and to Dr. Beck, y'all hear me talk about Dr. Beckton all the time. To Pastor Wilson at our church, Pastor Lewis that was in our church, Brother Isaiah in the church, Brother Troy. I can name all these people. I can tell you each conversation I had with all these men for a certain thing that was going on in my life that they actually helped me with. So my point is saying on Coach Harback, oh my God, my Coach Harback that I have for track and field, life lessons and everything, talking to me about building character and all that. People ain't gonna remember you for a lot of things you do, but one thing that's gonna last forever is character. Coach Harback. Boom. I remember all this stuff. So what I'm saying is that the minute I decided to not want to be about that hood life, about that thug life, about that gang life, about the family life, y'all don't know how, anyway, that's another story about the family life. I'm not, y'all don't, when I say family, anyway, let's just leave family at street life, okay? Some family. This ain't talking about like your mom or your dad, your brother. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you become a part of a gang or something like that, you become family. Anyway, so when I decided to want to do the right thing, I had the intuition to want to ask questions to certain people. Hey, I kind of like helping people. What's up? Oh, well, here, come here, Ty. This is what this is. So you seem like the type of person that. Oh, and I have a friend that can actually live for one thing. Oh, so you're interested in helping people? Like you maybe want to be a doctor one day, a nurse, a therapist, and You have a natural knack for helping people. I'm like, yeah. Okay, well, I tell you what. We're going to have a career day, and I'm going to have some therapists that's going to come in, introduce me to them therapists. Those therapists, oh, yeah, you seem like you would be the type of person I tell you what, I'm going to talk to my boss at work, and maybe he can have you come in to work as a PT tech. Got a job working as a PT tech. All these things rolled in the job. Then at the job, the director, oh, man, this is great. I went to this particular school, Ty, And if you decide you want to go to school, I'll write a letter because I'm really good friends with the one thing led to another if you decide to want to do the right thing. Now, guess what? When it came to physical therapy, I hate to say this, I was the only black one in my whole program, period. I mean, there wasn't even an Asian person in there or a Latino person. It was just black, and I was the only black, and everybody else was white, period. So my directors were white. The dean was white. The CEO of the school was white. And when I was going to school, it was a few blacks there, but it wasn't that many. So I'm trying to figure out, I was that amongst all those folks. I never felt no pressure from my students, co-students, whatever like that, and all my clinicals, every last one of my rotations, all my CIs were white. All my patients, there was a few patients that I had, depending on where you were, in like Tuscola, whatever like that, but everybody in Tuscola was white. Everybody in, Terre Haute, Indiana, that came to they all were white. Everybody in Marshall, Illinois, or Marshall, Indiana, they were all white. There had no sense of, no feeling of, well, when nobody was, I don't know if I want that black guy. It was none of that. None of that. So now, where's the privilege? Well, it didn't exist back then at your time. It didn't exist from the year of, 2000 to 2018. But all of a sudden, 2019 roll around now, boom, white privilege just came along. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stop ranting on. All I'm saying is this. You want to do the right thing, blacks, low income, I don't care, Asian, if you're white, whatever ethnic background you are of, if you want to do something in your life, you decide to do it, start asking questions, watch how the right people come along that's going to point you in the right direction, that's going to lead to wherever it is that you want to get to. Plain and simple, and nothing's going to be able to stop you from achieving it at all. Don't believe this made up lie that's been played along, and I know it's played some everywhere and people just rolling with it because it's not there. And if you are out there, listen, I say it one more time, show me where it's at, point it out to me. And if you do give me a clip or something like that, don't just give me no clip of somebody yelling racial stuff, because that's not going to be it. Don't give me a clip of a person on the job saying, I don't want you here because you're black. Don't give me that. Give me a legit thing that you know for a fact, and you speaking and preaching it as if it's factual, that's white privilege. Because I just like to go and talk just to see how these people mind came up with this thing. So anyway, that's my wrap for today, folks. Glad I was able to talk to y'all. I always like bringing up talking about different topics like this. And like I said, y'all know how I am about things. You do, right? You know how I am about certain things. It's nothing to do with any type of politics. This is just stuff, conversations I have on my job. Because what I like to do is hit people from a different angle, because it really throws them off, because they all thought I was going to come in and be on board. Yeah, bro, yeah. The white man keeping us down. The system keeping us down. No, not me. Not me. Not at all. Everything I want, even my wife has her degree and everything. Come on, man. No. Come on now. Tons of folks. And then the thing is, a lot of people that have their degrees that's black, when we get around each other and we talk, we all kind of saying the same thing. Like, dude, bro, hey, do you know anything about this white privilege thing? Oh man, I ain't know you felt that way too, man. I almost felt scared to say something because I thought everybody was gonna be regal. That's what we do. So I'm just saying, don't let that be the reason to keep you from achieving your goals. All right. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all through Jesus.